Hello students. In our last few videos we have been explaining about monopoly. We know that monopolist is having the power to control supply and influence price. In other words, monopolist is controlling the free working of demand and supply, and automatically it reduces the welfare of the society. Therefore, it is necessary to control monopoly through different methods. Here in this video, we are explaining basic methods of controlling monopoly. As we explained earlier, monopolies can be regulated through various methods. Here we are analyzing the major two types of method to regulate monopoly. The first is the regulation of monopoly through taxation. Through taxation, we are going to regulate monopoly, government intervention through taxation. And the second point related with this is the control of monopoly through price fixation. The monopoly is controlled through the fixation of the price by the government. In the process of regulating monopoly through taxation, there are two sub methods. That is, tax can be of two types. Specific tax, that is the first method to control monopoly, and lump sum tax. We will be explaining each category separately. Initially, we are moving to explain the imposition of specific tax and how it controls monopoly. A specific tax is a tax which is levied per unit of output, or it is the tax per unit. One of the best example of specific tax is sales tax. Suppose if the government is imposing sales tax, it is levied per unit of output. When a per unit tax is imposed, it leads to increase in variable cost. That means there will be definitely an increase in marginal cost and average cost. The average cost of production and marginal cost of production will be affected if there is tax per unit or per unit tax or specific tax. As the next, we are going to analyze the effect of imposition of this specific tax on equilibrium condition. For the same, we are drawing an equilibrium condition of the monopoly. To draw the equilibrium condition of monopoly, we have drawn x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis, we have marked quantity, and on y-axis, we have plotted price, revenue or cost. On the base of the present condition, we have drawn an average revenue curve, that is AR, which is equal to the demand curve of the firm, demand curve faced by the firm. Corresponding to this demand curve, there is an MR curve. We can plot MR curve like this. This is marginal revenue curve of the firm. In order to identify equilibrium, we need to draw the marginal cost curve. This is the marginal cost curve of the firm. After drawing marginal cost curve, we are drawing an average cost curve. Now we can identify the equilibrium condition. Equilibrium output is OEM. At the equilibrium point, OEM output is produced and it is sold at OP price, and the firm earns an abnormal profit of PTSN. This much area of abnormal profit is earned by the monopolist at present. This is the condition of the monopoly before the imposition of specific tax. At this stage, government is going to impose a specific tax. When a specific tax is imposed, marginal cost curve will be initially shifted upwards. This is MC plus tax curve. Automatically equilibrium point, equilibrium price, etc. will be changed. That will be plotted later. Now we are going to plot average cost curve, new average cost curve after the imposition of tax, that is average cost plus tax. This is the new average cost curve. Corresponding to this MC plus T and AC plus T curve, we are having an equilibrium point here, that is R1. Corresponding to equilibrium point R1, the equilibrium output is OM0, and equilibrium price is OP1. When a tax is imposed, there is an increase in price of the product. Now we are going to plot the extra profit, additional profit earned by the producer. Here the abnormal profit earned by the producer is P1, T1, S1, N1. Initial profit was PNTS. Now the profit has been reduced to P1, T1, S1, N1. As the equilibrium point moved from R to R1 due to the imposition of tax, two things happens. There is a reduction in quantity and there is an increase in price of the product. Here we know that profit level of the monopolist also decreases, but the quantity available to the consumers is on decrease and there will be increase in price, and automatically the burden is on consumers. Since the burden is on consumers, we cannot consider this specific tax as a satisfactory method of controlling monopoly. This is the effect of the imposition of specific tax on the equilibrium condition of monopoly. Now we are moving to analyze the case of lump sum tax. The effect of lump sum tax on the equilibrium condition of monopoly. We know that lump sum tax is a tax is levied without considering the level of output. A particular amount is levied upon a firm. As in the normal case, we are having x-axis and y-axis. We have drawn the average revenue curve, which is equal to the demand curve. Corresponding to this average revenue curve, a marginal revenue curve is drawn. Now we are going to plot marginal cost curve. This is the marginal cost curve before the imposition of lump sum tax. We have to identify the equilibrium point. We have to draw the average cost curve as well. We have drawn average cost curve and we have plotted the abnormal profit as PNSR. PNSR is the total abnormal profit earned by the monopolist before the imposition of lump sum tax. This is the normal condition of equilibrium of a monopoly firm. When a lump sum tax is levied, this average cost curve will shift upwards. Therefore, new average cost curve will be like this after the imposition of lump sum tax. This is the average cost plus tax. When this tax is imposed, the abnormal profit level of the monopolist declines to PNSR1. Initially, the profit was PNSR, the big area. Now the profit has been decreased to PNS1R1 area. It is clear that the lump sum tax method of controlling monopoly is better than the specific tax method, because in case of specific tax there is a reduction in quantity and increase in price. The burden will be shifted to the consumers, but here the quantity and price of the commodity remains the same. There is a reduction in abnormal profit of the monopolist alone. The reduced amount of abnormal profit is going to the government, but there is no advantage to the consumers because there is no change in quantity or price. As compared to specific tax, lump sum tax is superior, but lump sum tax is also not a good method to control monopoly because there is no reduction in price of the commodity. No relief can be given to the consumers even after taxation. As the next we are moving to the regulation of monopoly through price fixation. There are various methods to fix the price of a monopolist. Normally a monopolist fixes prices on the basis of the equality between MC and MR. Government can intervene this and influence the strategy of pricing. Instead of MC is equal to MR pricing, the government can fix the price of the monopolist through two methods. One method is the fixing price which is equal to the marginal cost. That is marginal cost pricing principle. Marginal cost pricing. MCs will be equal to price. Price of a commodity is equal to the marginal cost of the commodity. Here the marginal cost pricing is adopted through the application of a demand curve. In the same manner, the government can have another method, that is AC is equal to price, average cost is equal to price. In such a situation, the monopolist is getting only normal profit. We will be explaining two methods together in the diagram. We have x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis, as usual, we have quantity, and on y-axis price of the commodity. In the normal course, we can have an average revenue curve which is equal to the demand curve of the firm. We will be having a marginal revenue curve corresponding to this average revenue curve. We can have an MC curve to identify the equilibrium condition. We can have an AC to identify the profit level of the firm. The equilibrium quantity is identified at OQ output, and the firm sells its product at OP price. This is the monopoly price of the product. Here we know that the firm is earning this much amount of abnormal profit, but for the sake of convenience, we are not plotting it now. Now the government is going to intervene in the market. Initially the government, suppose if the government is fixing price on the basis of MC is equal to price, marginal cost is the price of the commodity, then they will find equilibrium at a point where MC is equal to AR, that is AMC curve intersect average revenue curve or demand curve. The point N1 is identified. The price of the commodity is OP0 and quantity produced of the commodity is OQ1. Here, when the government insists a monopolist to fix the price on the basis of marginal cost, the quantity of the commodity will be increased and price of the commodity will be decreased. This is a price restriction imposed by the government or external agency on the monopolist. Another method of controlling the monopoly through price fixation is average cost pricing. That means price of the commodity will be equal to average cost. The output is identified at a point where average cost is equal to average revenue, and we will be having a lower price P01 and we are having a higher quantity at N2 equilibrium point, that is OQ2. Here in both the cases, if the government is controlling through price fixation, through the fixation of price on the basis of marginal cost or on the basis of average cost, there is a reduction in price of the commodity and increase in quantity of the commodity. In both the cases, the consumer is benefited. Here, as we compare the control or regulation of monopoly through taxation and regulation through price fixation, the price fixation is regulation through price fixation is superior than that of the regulation through taxation because it is advantageous to the consumers. There is one problem here. Through taxation, government is getting certain benefit, but here the government is not at all getting any revenue. The advantage of price reduction is fully enjoyed by the consumer. Therefore, regulation through price fixation is the best method to improve the consumer's welfare and society welfare. There are various other methods also to control monopoly by the government. Most important among other methods is anti-monopoly legislation. Cartels and price leadership, that means joint monopoly, are restricted in some countries. There are restrictions of merging. All these are the methods to control monopoly power. The government can control monopoly through promoting competition among different firms. If there is only a single firm, government can adopt methods to attract new firms to the industry and thereby promoting competition. Special provisions may be given to the new firms if they are coming and producing against monopoly. Next one is the association of consumers or protecting consumers by using consumer protection laws. Strengthening the power of the consumers will definitely control monopoly. Definitely there will be bargaining power to consumers. If such power is increased, the monopoly power can be controlled. A government can control monopoly by fixing their output. The government can compel a monopoly firm to produce a particular quantity. Therefore, quantity fixation is another method of controlling monopoly. The effectiveness of all these methods depends upon how it improves the quality of life and welfare of the ultimate consumer. That is the basic question here. In the next, we will be analyzing monopsony market and bilateral monopoly.